I'm Arijit Ghosh and we are at Learning for a Sustainable Future Teacher Conference here in New Delhi. I'm in conversation with S. Krishnaveni from Vellamal Vidhyashram, Chennai and Ritika Kunda, Modern High School for Girls, Kolkata. Welcome.
Hello, sir.
Both of you have presented your papers at this year's teacher conference. So if I may start with you, Krishnaveni, what has been your intervention in the classroom?
Sir, I have experimented creativity, the core skill. Before entering into the British Council, I had a notion that people are born creative and creativity cannot be fostered like other sub-skills. But the moment I experienced this creativity and I started innovating this creative skill inside the classroom. The children did it well and wonderful experience. I came out with wonderful experience. Really thankful to British Council for initiating this kind of program.
Which age group have you targeted while doing this course
I
skill?
just targeted standard 5, the age group from 5 to 10 years, and also experimented with standard 10 and 11, but the amazing results were seen in standard 5.
Fantastic. Ritika, what has been your intervention? How did you embed core skills within the curriculum?
Okay, I carried out my intervention in class 8 and the core skill that I used was critical thinking and problem solving. So they were doing a chapter in literature called In Times of Adversity, Impressions Book 8. And the questions that rose at the end of the discussion, we assimilated it and connected it with an argumentative composition called Terrorism is a Deep-Seated Evil and it cannot be eradicated. The outcome, I didn't anticipate them, but at the end of it, what we could find out was 1, good listeners, 2, they were able to look at different perspectives, and 3, which is most important, value and respect the thought of peers. That was a very, very positive response. And finally, politely disagree. It is extremely important in today's scenario. You can disagree, but there's a method in doing it. So there was a behavior change, the life skills that we were talking about today. So I can see the behavior change in my students by applying this core skill.
So if I get it right, that means there has been a marked change in the classroom environment as well.
Yes, there has been, definitely.
So have you received any comments, any feedback from the parent community that this behavioral change is only in the 4 walls of the classroom or it has percolated outside as well?
When I interacted with the parents during the parent-teacher interactions that we have, it is normally academic based. When the parents do come to me, their concerns are normally with academics. As such, I have not had any parent coming to me with a behavioral problem that they are facing because of which their academics is suffering. So if there was such a situation, I'm sure they would have brought it up with me. So I don't think there is an issue at home which we as teachers and parents together need to be concerned about.
Krishnaveni, what has been your wow moment out of this intervention?
The thing is, mostly language teachers are blamed for the things they do inside the class. The moment I implemented the 6 corners in the classroom, whereas these are the neglected areas, I would like to record this here. Normally, in normal mode, when the teachers step into the class, nearly 16 sessions are needed for a teacher to implement all the things. But whereas, with the help of core skills, when I integrated everything through the curriculum framework, it is implemented in the classroom. The children just came out with the role reversal, twist in the tail, and even with the characters, they added their own imagination, which is really amazing. And the parents were also invited to the classroom situation, and we just debriefed them that this is what our English classes we go about in this way. The parents were literally shocked on seeing this. Really, we were happy to just admit the children here, and what is the right language focus you are giving it, and what is the core skill implemented. Really, we are happy, and you just invite us within 15 days once. They gave the feedback really. We have just brought the children into the right track, and we are, as a teachers, that is a great comment which we are expecting, and really I rocked due to the implementation of the core skill. Thankful to the efforts of British Council.
Thank you.
Thank you.
In this 2 days of teacher conference, apart from presenting your own paper, you have participated in various other sessions.
Yes.
So as an educator, what are you taking back from this conference?
I would like to take the recent session, inclusive education, that when the educators were presenting about their notion about inclusive education, really I am very lot of internalization went in, because it is a neglected part. We speak lot and lot about these things, but when it comes to practical challenges, due to our regular routine or something like that, we keep all those matters aside. But I took a lot of inputs from this one, and likewise collaborative learning, where the British schools are just a cultural sharing. I was really amazed.
Ritika, what is your biggest takeaway from this 2 days of teacher conference?
I would say about 3. One is, as ma'am said, inclusive education, and how we can move from a medical approach to a more social approach. That was a different approach altogether, which I never thought about. Second would be how I can use a core skill, which has happened yesterday in the evening session when we were talking and collaborating with teachers from England. How she talked about gender identity can be used, and we can use a core skill to make the students and sensitize them to gender identity. And the third one would be, which happened on the first day of our intervention, where the role of the media, we are talking about the role of the media and how students should be made aware the positive and the negative messages that the media can play. And I was talking about it in my classes, and I had used it as part of my follow-up projects for my core skill development, and how I saw that teachers from various countries and various states of India are also thinking on the same line. So I realized it's definitely an important issue that we are dealing with.
Thank you. I was in conversation with S. Krishnaveni and Ritika Kunda.